my second video. It could be my third video. It could be my first video. I don't know how these things are going to go out, but we're here today to talk about the Alpha One Niner Whitley. The Whitley is from a company called Alpha One Niner, whom I really like. Alpha One Niner was founded by a guy named Helmy, and they are known for taking a lot of feedback from the community and putting it all into their bags. And they've done that here, including feedback from a nephew. So let's talk about it. The Whitley. Alpha One Niner. So to talk about the Alpha One Niner Whitley, I want to first start by talking about the Alpha One Niner Evade. This is where this company kind of had its genesis. This is actually not the Evade, this is the Recon. This is the first iteration of their most famous bag, which is now the Evade 1.5. This would be like the Evade 1, even though there was not really an Evade 1, and I digress. But this bag was a kind of a crowd, like forum-inspired designed bag where on the EDC forums, Helm, who owns Alpha One Niner, reached out to all the different folks there and got all their ideas and put it into one bag. And this is kind of what ended up of it. A lot of the original ideas from here actually have still made their way into their more EDC, more daily carry, more university student, college, backpack, office sort of style bag that the Whitley has become. Although you'll see that this bag has a little bit more of this utilitarian stuff like this bungee cord on the front here and other things. Now, one of the things that makes this bag so good, and I've used this one extensively, is that it just never says no. And but what I mean by that is, like, no matter what I want to do with this bag, it always seems to find a way to do it at least competently. And I can't say that for all the bags I own. That brings me back to the Whitley. The Whitley is like one of those bags that no matter what you think you want to do with it, it figures out a way to do it. And I think that's a very, very cool thing and a bag and something that's not that common in bags these days. Again, so let's just start with the basics. This is the Alpha One Niner Whitley. You can see the Alpha One Niner logo here. It's very cool in this kind of embossed leather-ish material. I don't know what actually the material is. As you see here, this bag is 500D Cordura nylon in this multicam black finish. This bag comes in a plethora of different materials and options, although the interior liner, which is a 210D ripstop, which I'll show you quickly while we're talking about it. This is the 210D high-vis ripstop liner. This is also a nylon ripstop. You can see are these like little like lines here. This stops the literal rip from going anywhere, as the name would imply. That's the same on all of the bags, but the exterior material can be different depending on which version of the bag you have. Now, this bag, the Whitley, was originally designed as a college backpack for Helm's college nephew, whose name, as far as I gather, is Whitley. Now, I could be wrong about that. Helm, you can let me know in the comments if that's incorrect, but that's how I heard the story. And it sounds cool like that. The backpack is very comfortable. So if we start on the back panel here, this is a departure from all of the current iteration of the Alpha One Niner backpacks. The Alpha One Niner backpacks mostly come with these load lifting straps, which these are not. A load lifter means that the load can be lifted this way. Because they are sewn down and at an angle here, they tend to pretend to feel like load lifters, even though they're not load lifters, as you can see. So the load tends to feel high on your back, even though it's not, because of the way that this is stitched in. There is a bar tacking everywhere on this bag, so I wouldn't worry about the build quality ever. Alpha One Niner also has a good warranty. I believe it's 5 years. That will cover you if you have any issues, and I'm sure, as with most companies, if you use your bag enough, they'll be stoked to hear that you've been using it enough to rough it up enough to need the warranty service. There's a sternum strap here that moves up and down on these rails. It's a very run-of-the-mill kind of deal. It is a magnet, like so. I believe this is Woojin hardware. I've seen it before, and it works fine. The only thing I don't like about these types of sternum straps is that sometimes when I put my bag down and it just kind of jostles around and whoop, connected. Then when I go to pick up my bag, no bueno. I think that for me personally, As I continue to use this bag, I might swap that out for a regular buckle, but it really depends. Some people love the magnets. As I said, it depends on you. There are these these like attachment points here for a hip belt. I don't know if it's offered yet, but eventually you'll probably be able to get something that attaches here. This is some spacer mesh here. It is very highly raised, and there is a huge channel here so that I'm sure sweat and everything will have a chance to get out. I'm not a very sweaty guy, so when I wore it, it was perfectly fine. I don't know how it would be for you. To me, it looks like it would be fairly good. This mesh feels very nice and very high quality. It's the exact same mesh on the back of the straps. Again, the back panel is great. The straps are very long, so they should fit almost anybody without any issues. On the sides of the bag, there are water bottle pockets. Now, I know you're going to ask me, like, how big of a water bottle fits in here. I am honestly not sure. I use a very small, like 500 milliliter water bottle that fits fine. I will say, never mind, I thought I had something and I don't. Anyway, things fit in there perfectly okay. I used it the other day for a tripod, and it did the trick for that, something like so. They are on both sides. This, I believe, is the same design that you'll find on the Pathfinder by Alpha One Niner, which is part of their more civilian-feeling line. Their other bags, like the Evade, tend to be a little bit more military-inspired, but I think that, I mean, none of them are particularly super military-inspired, so I think you're okay either way. On the front of the bag here, there is a quick access pocket. The quick access pocket comes to about here, and it has this very nice liner, which is this kind of like, I don't know what you call it, but it's a very nice feeling, like microfiber-y, clothy stuff. The zippers on this bag, all of the zippers are number, I believe, 8 YKK zippers, aside from the main one here, which is a number 10, this beefy one here. In the past, they used all number 8s on their bags. I think they're moving towards using number 10s on the mains because of, again, some feedback they got from the community. People, bag nerds love number 10s. You know, that's kind of how it goes now. But for me, I don't really find it makes much of a difference. Number 8s are plenty durable, but they don't look as cool. So there you go. The front admin pocket, or the front like admin section, actually has its own volume built in, as you can see here. This chunk of fabric here, which is about I don't know, 5 or 6 centimeters deep, actually is its own volume. So if the bag is completely stuffed, theoretically you can use this front pocket for anything you want, like a jacket or something like that. The pocket goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag here, and inside there are 2 mesh pockets here that are slightly raised up off the bottom to like about here, so your stuff stays out of the crush zone. These bags are all designed very smartly. So, like, for example, this admin panel is high on the bag so that all the things that get like stuffed down in the end of the bag don't affect the stuff up here. Again, very smart design. I didn't use this pocket a whole lot during my use, although I did stuff like my keys and stuff down in these pockets down here. They could be another option for water bottles, because I think a decent sized water bottle would probably fit in there. I used it for my baby bottles once, and it was perfectly fine. The admin panel, let you have a good look at her there, is very similar to what it's been on all of the Alpha One Niner bags. Essentially, there's one big pocket here, or like medium-sized pocket that you can put like a multi-tool or something in. A couple of pen sleeves. This one is sized for like a cell phone, I believe. So like let's see. Yeah, so like a cell phone sized. I've got the big, you know, like flipper boy here, but yeah, it fits anyway perfectly fine in there. And then 2 card pockets here where you can put your cards or business cards or whatever. And then behind there you have a flat pocket for flat items. There is a sleeve pocket behind all of that that goes to about here on the bag that I think you could put a tablet or something, or a book or a magazine or something like that in there if you wanted to. You could also put like you could put your tablet in there. And if you go to the main compartment of the bag, before we get to the main compartment, I want to show you that on the top here there is a very nice grab handle. The Alpha One Niner grab handles feel really good in use. They are beefy and padded. People have complained in the past that they think they're weak because they don't have like the box stitching here that like a GoRuck has, but this bar tack is more than enough for everyday use. There are two kind of ringy things here where you could attach a carabiner or something like that if you wanted to on either side of the grab handle. Back here there is a pocket which looks like a pocket. It's actually not a pocket. It is a quick access to your laptop that goes in the back here. This is a very cool feature because it allows you access into the back pocket here as you go. Now, this zipper does not have a zipper garage. Like you'll see here, there's a zipper garage over here on this guy to protect you against the rain. These are not AquaGuard zippers. There's none here. I asked Helmy about that, and basically what he explained to me was that if the zipper garage was here, it would actually create a sort of channel for the water to go into, as opposed to being here where it has to be very unlucky for the water to make it there if it's in a rain, if it's raining or something like that. So that's that explained. Now I'll show you with my laptop. So I only brought my small boy today, but you can get the picture. So essentially what happens is you can open your bag like this, and then your laptop is accessible back here through this pocket. So it makes you feel like you have an external laptop pocket even though you do not. It's a cool feature. I really dig that because in a lot of these bags you have to kind of like peel back to get there, and this one you don't. The main compartment in this bag is a full clamshell opening compartment that looks like so. It opens like very clamshell, like I mean like perfectly clamshell, lays completely flat, which is something I think is very cool. A lot of bags, they kind of stop like right about here, and that makes the clamshell kind of go like this. Actually, even on the old Evade, you'll see it stopped here, and that created a sort of like fold over thing at the bottom, so that when you rolled it over, it didn't really like go flat. There's like a little edge here. So that is a welcome addition. You can see that liner continues throughout the bag here. The kind of heart, as Helmy calls it, of the internals of this bag is this laptop padded sleeve. It is suspended off the bottom of the bag. You can see here there's about 3 or 4 centimeters of space under there. There is this stretchy material along the edge here so it can expand for your laptop. 16-inch laptop will fit in here, no problemo. And it also still will be accessible from this pocket at the top. I believe a 16-inch MacBook Pro is what was tested with this, and it's fine. The liner goes the whole way around the bag, and it's actually, the bindings and everything are great here. No stitches or seams are visible. There was not a single loose thread on this bag when I got it. It was impeccable. On this side, you get a mesh pocket. Now, this mesh pocket is literally just right here. Does not extend down to here. There's nothing down here, which is okay, I think. I mean, if the pocket went all the way down, you could put something bigger in there, but then the things would shift down to the bottom of the pocket. So I think that's an okay decision. The pocket up here is just an opaque pocket for whatever you need. Again, these could be number 5 YKKs. It's really hard for me to see here. Let's see. Yeah, these are number 5, so I guess the internal zippers are number 5s. The 8s are on the outside. Again, you could put a tablet or something in this sleeve. They are both padded, they're both raised, and they're both spacious enough. Now, I think my MacBook probably. So this is the 13-inch MacBook Air, and that actually fits in that front pocket. So my assumption would be the big boy iPad Pro would also fit in there just fine. You can see another tasteful logo here on the inside. Very nice. And that's kind of it. This bag is 20 liters, and I believe it comes in at around $200. At 20 liters, it definitely can do some minimal travel if you wanted to, and it could do a little bit of, you know, it's meant to be your daily carry companion, but I think it could do a little bit of travel if you needed it to. It does stuff out. Like, I can show you what it looks like when it's stuffed. So I can just shove this in there and give you a good idea, at least what it looks like when it's stuffed. Just did laundry, luckily. The laundry basket's right next to me. These number 10 YKK zippers are very nice. Kind of stuffs out something like that. It looks good. That is the Alpha One Niner Whitley. Again, a very cool bag. If you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know in the comments below. It's one of the most usable bags, if that makes sense, that I've used, because essentially it doesn't say no. This bag will do whatever you want it to do, and it'll do it competently. And that's a huge compliment for any bag these days. Built impeccably, does what you want it to. What else do you want? Alpha One Niner Whitley. That's it for me, JT signing off, and carry on.